search function on this part. And then when they do the search, the bottom part of it will generate it automatically. So on the top part, it shows the SKUs, and it shows the green and red light where the status has been set correctly or incorrect. So this is sort of like a dashboard, and for each SKU on a each catalog version, it shows uh, why this SKU is set as a green and why is how it is set up. So unlike the top part of the this progress status, we divide into four status because product setup and the AEM page setup is going to be the same functions that we are checking on this dashboard. And all these detailed status checkup for each flagship is going to be online. It is going to be based on the online data, which is the real-time data, so that you don't need to check the Excel file and or the request the Excel file. And also, if for those people who are comfortable with the Excel file format, then we are also providing the download functions to download this whole process. So this is the basic theme of the flagship setup wizard at this point, and this is only the phase one. And but the phase two for the next year after the next flagship diamond, we'll also develop further so that they can click and set up the some of the flagship setup on this page as well. So now we are going to the demonstration session. Justin, you're up.
Okay, can you guys all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is the back office 2.0 extension screen. I'm sure all of you have access to this before. If you're not, you can get to this page by logging into the back office and click the perspective and click the Samsung back office extension perspective. Then this pop-up will appear. The previous existing 6 features are mentioned, like Matt mentions, it's our evolve. And this, the bottom one, flagship process, is a new functionality that we introduced for the next Diamond flagship next year. So when you come in, there is a 2 portion. There's a top, actually there's 3 portions. One with where you are selecting the country. Because by the way, this is SNN4 stage 2 cluster. Because I logged in as an admin, I have access to all of the different countries, but this will be only specific to your access. So that's, for example, if you only have the access to, let's say, your country base, or let's say Singapore, then you will not able to select, you will not able to see other countries. You will only see your country. And then for the search components, we have a Solar search and the database search. For this particular flagship process, we make the database search as a default. So when you first click this pop-up will appear because we are guided that the database search would be preferable search method over the Solar for this flagship. Okay, so let me copy and paste some of the SKUs in here. So all of this is either space or tab tokenized. So if you have, let's say, if you are copying from the Excel file and copying pasting up in here, it will automatically gets tokenized. So as long as there is a space between or tab between the SKU codes, it will be tokenized and do it. You can get the products. Okay. So when you click the products, okay. Now, for this flagship, we are making the B2C Toku e-store defaultly selected. So when you first come in, only the B2C will be defaultly selected. And once you click the search button, you will see a search result components in the bottom. You will see the total number of SKUs that are appeared in the search, five. And then this components can be closed and open per SKU based. Okay, can open it up, and then the search, the result components are divided into the four sections. First section is product setup. Second is pre-order setup. Third is page setup, and fourth, lastly, promotion setup. These, and then we have on the left we have attributes, name of the attributes. On the right we have the value for the attributes for this particular SKU, for this particular product catalog. So for example, for this SKU, catalog is set to as Toko UK eStore product catalog. For approval status for this SKU within this product catalog is set to be approved. Okay. And then this, we have image here. If this SKU is a variant product, we have an image like this. If it's the space product, we have a different image. This image is with the back office. And then we have another icon on here, displaying the sync status, whether it's a synced or not synced or synced. Okay, so and then this green lights and red lights is displaying whether this value is correctly set up or not. The corrected value for all of the attributes displayed on the screens, we are given prior to from Matt. So Matt. So for example, if let's go one by one. What's the corrective value? So corrective value for the product catalog is as long as there is a product catalog value set, then we put it a green light. Okay. And then for this approval status, if the approval status is checked, then this should be green. If not, this is red. So because the approval status of this particular SKU is set to approved, that's why we have a red flag on here. And then for the sales status, the corrected value of the sales status is PDP not available. Because this the value of this sales status is set to purchasable, that's why we have a red light on here. Okay. For this main variant, as long as there is either true, this is a Boolean value, as long as there is a value, either true or false, then put it in as a green. This product setup, there's two different way of defining green and red. So for this product setup, we are distinguished based on the normal SKU and custom SKU. How we are defining the normal and custom SKU is from the this custom product type value. So if this type is set to custom, then we treat it as a custom SKU. If not, if it's set to either NA or classic, then we treat it as a normal skew. Okay. So for normal, if it's a normal skew, then the product type, the corrective value for the product type is normal. So for this case, this is set to, so normal. And then for the custom skew, the corrective value for the product type is top skew. Okay, so let's see. For this one, we have a green value because this is not a custom product. This is normal skew, and for the normal skew, the product value is set to normal. That's why we have a green light on here. If this product is custom skew, then in order to be displayed as green, the product's type of the custom skew has to be top skew, top underbar skew. Okay. Moving on to the product reference. This product reference, you can check it on the category system tab. We have a product reference in here. This can be there can be multiple product references, and if you click any of them, the corrected condition is the pre-selected and the active value has to be true for all of the product references. So for example, for this SKU, we have only one product references, and for this product reference, we have both attributes, value, both attributes is set to true. That's why we are showing a green light on here. For example, if there's a multiple product references associated with the one particular SKU, and if any of pre-selected or active value is false, then we are displaying as red on here. Okay, moving on to the block for stock imports. This value, we are also distinguished based on if it's a normal SKU or custom SKU. This distinguishing is same as the product type. If the custom product type is set to custom, then it's a custom SKU. Otherwise, it's a normal SKU. So, and then for normal SKU, this value has to be false in order to be corrective value. But for the custom value, it's the opposite. The value has to be true. So for this particular SKU, this value, since this is normal SKU, the value is true. So we are displaying as red. This is not set correctly because for the normal SKU, the corrective value is false. So that's why we are putting it as a red flag. And everything on here is the value that associated with this particular SKU. Okay. Okay, that's moving on to the pre-order setup. We have 5 attributes on here. The top 4 is if there is a value in it, then we set it as a green. So this, for example, this is pre-order is a Boolean value. As long as there is a value true or false, we display it as a green. And this value, you can find it on here. As long as there is either true or false set, then we put it display as green. If not, if there's no value, then we display as red. For pre-order start date and pre-order end dates, it's the same thing. As long as there is a date, then we display as green. But if there's no date, then we display as red. Same thing for the order delivery dates. As long as there is a date, we set it as a green. If not, we set it as a red. Okay. Moving to the in-stock status. This in-stock status has to be set to not specified in order to be displayed as green. If this value of this attribute set it anything other than not specified, we will display as red. Okay. And then moving on to the page setup, we have one attributes. By the way, before we moving on to the product setup, we see there is these numbers. So the first number underneath the section name is the first number is how many attributes are displaying as green. And then the second number is how many total of attributes are there. So for example, for this SKU, we have 4 attributes that is green out of 7 attributes. That's why we put display 4 out of 7. This is 2 out of 5 that are green. Okay. For this, okay, so and then for AEM additional info type data, for this we are getting it. So this AEM additional data type, you can search in the types. Yeah, and then we map it with the base store UID. So for example, for this one, it will be a UK. And then if the additional type contains this SKU that associated with this country code, this base store code, then we display as a green, and we display the value in here. If there's no SKU codes that are in AEM additional info type data that are associated with this base store, then we display it as red. Okay. And then lastly, moving to the promotion setup. For now, we need for this one, we need some feedback from you. Right now, how we are setting the correct value is as long as there is a promotions that are associated with the products, at least one or more, then we display as green. If there's no promotion associated with the particular SKU, then we display it as red. But we need more feedbacks on this one. Yep. And then for the the purpose of this demo is to get the feedback that this is the direction that we are heading. This is the first phase of the development, checking the real-time data. And the second phase will be actually setting up the flagship data. But we need more. This is the first time we are showing to the operation team. So if you have feedbacks, please use this time to let us know. Okay. And then for the number of limitations for the number of SKUs for the database search is up to 100 SKUs. And then we have a download button as well. If you click the download button, it will download the Excel file with the same format as what you see on here. And then this download button works based on how many based on the which SKU you selected. So for example, if you select one in here, even though before I click the search button in here, they will display the previous 5. But if I only deselect them all and then select only one and click the download button, It will only display once SKU that are selected. It's just one tip for your clarification. Okay, this is pretty much it. We are open to the feedback.
So yeah, hi Mr. Kim. So I have a question like the promotion you mentioned, like if it has the SKU has the promotion. So the promotion should be active or it could be like inactive also. Like it depends on the promotion.
Right now, it doesn't look at the active or inactive. But if you want to look at the field as well, so for example, if the product has, let's say, two promotions, and if both of the promotions are active, then we then make it green. We can make that happen. But right now, the logic, current logic is as long as there is a promotions more than one, uh, 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 I mean, one or more, regardless of inactive or active, we are displaying as green. But if you want that logic applied, we can definitely
Okay.
add it. So
Thank you,
so
Mr.
do you
Kim.
want so do you want to, let's say, so uh, uh, let me clarify. So do you want green lights only if there is
The
a at least one promotions
which
with
is
active,
published. All right.
which is published. Okay, got it.
Thank you. And like how can we check like what all values should be uh like to make this product uh like green, then what should be the correct value? Like the approval
Okay.
status is checked.
Okay, so we will. I think it's a great idea. We will have another button, another download button here to download the corrected Excel file,
Right.
corrected value Excel file. Yeah,
Thank you.
that yeah. Um, that will be this one. So we will have a little bit more description on it so that the, the operation team can understand. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I have a question, probably for Matt. Um, so the defined value, Matt,
Mhm.
it will be preset up for the flagship by who? You will do the pre-setup.
Right.
Is that
So,
correct? Right? Yeah.
sorry, I don't understand question. So, could you
Yeah. For
rephrase it? Yeah.
Sorry. So for the diamond flagship preparations, so we have this preset up value, right? For what will be the correct status, for example, of an SKU.
Mhm.
Who will do that?
Uh, so the pre-setup SKU setup,
Yeah.
does
Like
the
like
SKU,
like
yeah.
what will be the value? For example, I believe it will be pre-set up before the uploading of SKUs. Yeah, this Excel file.
Yes. So Matt, I think he's asking whether the this basically the flagship screen is working based on this corrected value. So he's asking whether are you in charge of making which attributes value of which attribute is correct and which is not correct.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
So this value, this corrected value is based on the guideline that we display to the each sub. So some of the value is can be, either one of the values, but especially for the top SKU, like, normal SKU and like the sales status, yeah, those kind of the correct value is already set as it is. So this has been, kind of all online together, like WiseWire, Substrate, and also GMC.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
So Matt, this one question. So
Hey,
is
Hunker.
yeah. So is this validation logic or the Excel static one, or this can be changed via some screen, like putting some more rules dynamically, or this is one-time setup that is
So yeah, so this is more like a static at this point. But if there's another logic that we need to display whether in order to show the if this skill is whether correct or incorrect, then we can add more logic. But at this point, this is the static.
okay. Can we get this Excel uh, too? means so
Uh,
that we know what are the rules set for
yeah, yeah,
that.
definitely. Yeah, I will share this Excel file as well. And as Justin mentioned, also this Excel file will be, available to download it on this page. So, for those users who are not having this demonstration, they will definitely download this file. But before that, I will definitely share with you and our AI as well.
Okay. And has this gone live or it is still in staging environment?
This is
Staging.
still, yes, yes, this is the staging environment. We are making a refinement until this week. So starting from next week, you will be able to use it, and we encourage you to use it in the staging environment.
So what is the plan of making go live? The code is already in the production or some it is planned with constraint?
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Justin, can you go show the PowerPoint that you prepared? Yeah,
yeah,
so this
so
is the current plan.
yeah, so we are going to do the little bit of refinements and further testing until the end of this week. And from next week, we want the users to do the actual testing. Hence, they're do the different SKUs and do the testing and give us feedback. If you want to add more attributes, you can let us know through the mats, and we can this adding more attributes in here is not too hard as long as we are given what's the correct value. So if uh, if adding more attributes makes um, more useful on the user end, this is time to let us know as well. So the user stage testing and staging is starting from the next week, and that we will continue to get the feedback and doing the improvements up until the second week of January. And then this thing will be in productions environments on the first week of January. So that by the time you do the flagship setup, it will be ready to use.
Okay, thanks for the clarification, Justin.
All right, Anchor. And then for Wise Wire members, Nan, are you there? So I guess especially when we are having a daily, status checkup with the substrate, I think this page would be very useful, to check up the each SKU and whether the setup has been incorrected set or corrected set. So what do you think about it, Nan? So I just want to hear some of the feedback from the Wise Wire.
Um,
Hey,
yeah.
Min. Yeah, Nan.
Sorry, didn't hear. So from what was. So I just want to check, right? Is this something like a replacement of the report where, because every time we always have to ask the AAS team to run the cron job in order to generate the report. Can this be the replacement of it?
I think it could be, but I guess I guess that depends on the decision on the James side. But I think that could be this could be a replacement of the report at this point.
So you
Will
mean
it be
that
the same?
based on
Go ahead.
based on this just back office extension, just flagship, just a widget, WiseWare team would like to also populate the exact status of each just value at each column, each field, which must be filled by subsidiary, so that WiseWare team can also just save the time for reporting, right? You just want to do that?
Yeah. Yes,
Because
I didn't- yeah, go
currently
ahead.
the team is updating all the up-to-date status into Confluence directly, right? So no official reporting has been just currently done even already for the before Q4 and then previous just flagship. So I'm just wondering if Azure team will do just additional report or because you don't need to do any additional report because already just update. The daily update has been just updated into the Confluence directly now. You know what I mean?
Hey, she's talking to me. Sorry.
Yeah. Because you say currently just reporting. So the back office extension, of course, yeah, it can be used for QA side and also subsidiary. But when just YGRS team will do the one-on-one call, I mean just overall summary daily call with subsidiary, it can be also just displayed to subsidiary to let them also encourage it to use this back office extension, flagship setup wizard. So this is the main purpose. So that everybody can easily just get the latest status of each just value, not only by the extracted report by Accenture team that we did before.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So a report from the fact sheet, right? That from the download button, right? In terms of the columns and information, will it be more than the current report that we always ask AS to run? The columns, that means the number of data.
For the first trial, of course, the columns extracted by just current Hybris platform, it includes more just columns now. Because based on this extracted report, we also just plan to manage this flagship data wizard, because not all of them are common for all countries. So the key values, key columns are currently incorporated into this back office extension upon discussion.
Okay, so the thing is that we can actually download it as segment 1.
Yeah, sure. Of course, it must be just compared.
So if we keep down, the thing is that every time we download, it will also include the new changes, right?
Oh, I think so, because it is synced, right?
Right.
Yes. So the whatever value that we are looking at, this is a real-time value.
Okay.
And also for the download as well. And
So,
then there's
okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead. So the thing is that I just want to know, right, for this flagship progress, it's more towards the download part and not much of the upload, right? There isn't any upload at all.
Yes, it's correct. For this one, because of the time constraint that we have, we focusing on checking the data first, and then perhaps for the next year, next year later flagship, we can do the planning for actual setting up.
So Ling, so that is the current plan. So the beginning of this whole project is starting from the wizard, the setup wizard. But in terms of the time strain that we have, so you can think of this flagship progress as a phase 1 of the flagship setup wizard, saying this is more like a dashboard that you are checking the status of the flagship SKUs. So that you don't sub, and then the WiseWire don't need to go through the the extract exit file or in order to checking the status.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I got it now. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Ling.
There's one more function that I want to mention. So for example, in here, I've copied, I put it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SKUs, but this, the first one is not applicable to the UK SKU code. So if you by mistake put in the incorrect SKU number, this will appear on here. So SKU below are missing from the database. Okay. And so for example, if let's say the typo, then obviously this will not be a valid SKU code. So we'll have 2 SKUs that are displaying on here, and then 4 SKUs with the result.
And Sachin, I saw you raised your hand.
Yeah, I have a query regarding this promotion setup.
Sure.
To Kim. Kim, when we are seeing all these promotions here, like how many number of promotion are associated with that particular SKU, are we showing all the promotions?
Right now, the current logic is this value is displaying all of the promotions that are associated with in here. So for example, if I go to the SKU search, it will look at this specific value. Okay, hold on.
Justin, you are checking on UK outlet product.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On your store, yes.
Yep. Okay, store. This value is yeah. Clark, do you know on the back of what's the name of?
Yeah, admin Justin, please. I remember that it on admin. Yes.
Okay.
You have a promotion list. You can serve a promotion, please. No. I cannot. My P changed. I cannot go to back office.
Yes. Okay. So, by the way, it's actually looking at the number of promotions that are associated with the number of promotions. Okay, promotions. Number of promotions that are associated with the product.
Okay, and this will also take care of the promotion is published or unpublished, or we are just.
We can add that logic. We can add a logic where, like the other guy mentions, if, for example, let's say this particular SKU has 3 promotions, and let's say out of 3 promotions, if the one promotion is active and published, if any of then we put it as a green, then we can put that logic as well. But yeah, but if you want that specific logic, please get in touch with Matt, and then let him know. Then we will align with Matt and Haley to write that logic into the code.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Kim.
No problem.
Thank you, Sachin. And I see Michelle have a question.
Yep. Hey, Matt. Hey, Justin.
Hey, Michelle.
Yep.
Hello.
So my question is that is it already in your pipeline or plan to add the rest of the attributes found in the restricted extract to this wizard? Because we can see that there are just a few attributes here, right? And in the extract, there are multiple other columns that are important during the flagship setup, like the image, price, stock, warehouse. So just wanted to know if this is already in the plan, and is it going to be like deployed before the daily setup, daily calls for the next flagship?
Right now, this is a list. This is the complete list of the attributes. But like I said before, we can add more if there's a more important attributes to be checked. We can definitely add it, and it's not difficult to add it. So that's why we want you to use this in staging as much. And if you have already know, let's say a few of the attributes that you mentioned need to be in here, then you can please communicate with Matt and Haley, and then we can definitely add them.
Yeah. So Michelle, if there is any more attribute that you want to add up, then we can have a separate session to go over each one of them. But at this point, this is the attribute that we are showing on this the flagship progress.
So I think for if there's any plan to add more attributes to this wizard, it will be best to include wise wires as well, since they are the ones who are the most familiar with what's the correct values for those columns. Yep.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely. All right, let's discuss further, Michelle, later on. And when do you have a question?
Yeah. Hi, Matt. Kim. Actually, Renu this side. I have one question. You said by default the database will be selected. So, what about the Solar? Like how in Solar we are
Oh,
populating
yes.
the values?
Yes. So solar, it's pretty much the same thing. So, okay, let's go into solar. Solar, you can do like I'm not sure if you use the back office extension or not. This is solar. So if you have anything matching the character, you can search, let's say SM dash, and you can click it. Click the button here, going to the next screens and click some more, or you can copy and paste everything with either space or tab in between. They will automatically displaying on here as well. And for the solar search on this, the number of SKU, there's no limit.
Okay.
We haven't, so we haven't tried like a huge number, but we've tried up to like few hundreds, and it should be working fine.
Okay. And one more thing, the properties, for example, whatever in Solar, what happened, for example, we write any provider or a resolver. So the value is will be changed after that. Like in Solar search, we'll get a different value for a different attributes, or will be a new attributes after that. So for that, we'll be showing the attributes here or not. Like how will, what are the
Yes. So the actual value itself, it will be because we are basically searching the same SKU set. So if you're searching a same SKU set, let's say, for example, if these 5 SKUs are in the database and it's indexed into the Solar, you will get exactly the same value for the same result. But I remember there is a case when you're especially setting up the Flagship, you just put it into the database, but it's not indexed into Solar yet. That's why in that case, you can utilize database search right away.
Okay, I did not understand actually. For example, we have a two products that is in database, and the same product is in Solar as well. But we have some customized values in Solar. So how can we get that values from Solar Research, or we can get the same values whatever in the database?
Let me just, I think it's better to show you. Okay, so let's say if I do the search in here, you will get the same result.
Okay, then what is the point of like taking Solar is one field and database in one field if we'll get the same value?
Yes. Yeah. So the point is there is cases where, let's say, you just edit a new, let's say, SKU code to the database, but it actually takes some time for the product to be indexed into the Solar. But you want to make a change right away. You don't want to wait until it's indexed. Then you can utilize this database search.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
And then for the other screens, we are making Solar as a default search, but because of that urgency, we make the Flagship process the database search as a default search engine. Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
All right. So, is there any other feedback or the questions regarding this part?
And then let me just show you in here. You can actually do the a text search as well. So, for example, if I write eStore, it will automatically select. And then if I say EPP, then it will select these two. And if you search it, it will be Within each of the SKU, the two product catalog will be displayed underneath the SKU components. Okay. Yep.
Okay, I guess we covered pretty much everything at this point that we have developed so far. So as just mentioned and I mentioned, this is the first step that we share this project with you. So if there is any other feedback or the further questions, you can always reach out to me or Justin, and we can definitely develop it further. So just keep that in mind. This is the first phase and the first demonstration of this project. So there is still a room that we can develop it further. So as I mentioned, Michelle and Wise Wires team, we can definitely discuss further which attribute to add more. And in terms of the promotion, we will definitely discuss how we can set up correctly. So that'll be the two main feedback that we got today. And any other questions or feedback? Okay, I guess that takes as a none. So this functionality will be available for you to use next week. So we are highly encouraging to you that to use this functionality as much as possible before the next flagship diamond. And probably we are having a schedule to having a kickoff with the subsidiary on January 4th. So I will also guide the subs to use this functionality to check the status, and also we can definitely increase the usability and functionality of this part. And thank you all for your participation. This is more expectation. This is more participation than I expected, and we are still here to get your feedback. So I'm always welcome to get your thoughts. And thank you, everybody. And take it easy for the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.